We are just 4 minutes away from liftoff. Again, at this moment, Bob and Doug are really just laser focused on those displays. They have insight directly into Dragon and the Falcon 9. They're able to see where their fuel loading is at, how everything's progressing down with the count.
3 minutes and 15 seconds.
MVAC igniter purges. I'll go bleed. Dragon has transitioned to terminal count and is on internal power. Stage 1, LOX load close out.
Okay, we're at T-minus 2 minutes, 42 seconds. Stage 1 LOX load is closed out. Stage 2 will continue to load for about another half a minute or so. Once we get the completion of Stage 2 LOX loading, we have to vent down the line, so you'll see another large white cloud coming off of the strongback. That'll be normal. That'll happen around
transitioning to
T-minus 1 minute and 40 seconds. We're going on internal power now.
Just a few seconds away from the Stage 2 LOX load being complete. It's been almost 9 years since we've been in this position. A lot of work done by thousands of people to get to this point. All our eyes focused on 2 now.
Stage 2 LOX load is closed out. Propellant fills are complete. Dragon is in auto idle.
Stage 2 LOX load complete. All fuel, all oxidizer on Falcon 9. 1 minute, 34 seconds to go till launch.
Ground gas closeouts is starting.
Falcon 9 is in startup. Dragon is in countdown. FTS is armed for launch.
All right, here we go.
Under a minute now, the FTS, the flight termination system, has been armed.
This is super exciting.
Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
SpaceX Dragon, we're go for launch. Let's light this candle.
This is the first time
T-minus 30 seconds.
Americans are leaving American soil to space in a U.S. vehicle in a long time. It's really exciting.
Stage 1 tanks pressing for flight.
T-minus 15
Alright,
seconds.
here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA. Go SpaceX. Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
SpaceX.
America has
One
launched.
Alpha.
And so rises a new era of American spaceflight, and with it the ambitions of a new generation continuing the dream. 20 seconds into flight, Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Spacecraft. It's amazing.
T plus 30 seconds into this historic mission. Flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9, and look at them go.
Falcon power telemetry nominal.
M1D throttle down.
We're throttling down to get ready for the period of maximum dynamic pressure.
There's 2 astronauts.
We're in the
on
throttle
board.
bucket.
And they're going to the space station. This is
Reports say all systems are go.
all systems are go.
Vehicle is supersonic.
All right.
We've exceeded Mach 1 on the Falcon 9.
Current speed is
M1D throttle up.
1,300.
We're
miles
throttling
per
back
hour.
up to full power as we're through
Bravo.
max Q.
Copy, 1 Bravo.
front.
We heard that
right
one
now.
Bravo call out. That's just the second abort zone that they're in. They'll continue to be on this until the first stage has done its job and they switch over to the second. At this point,
Wow, look at
Bob
these
and Doug
displays.
pulling about 2.3 Gs, 2.3 times the Earth's gravity, already moving at over 1,500 miles per hour.
Vehicles at 28.
You've heard the call out for
kilometers
MVAC engine chill. That's getting the MVAC engine ready to light. That'll come at about 2:44 into
right
flight.
now. Super epic.
Right now, everything continuing to look good. Next major event coming up is going to be the triple. We'll have main engine cutoff of the 9 first stage engines, stage separation, and then ignition of the second stage engine to continue to carry astronauts into orbit.
All right.
Coming up in about 20 seconds.
M1D throttle down.
So 2 minutes.
We heard we're
and
throttling
35
down the
seconds
Merlin
into
engines
flight.
on the first stage.
Engines are throttling down. And eventually they're going to separate the first stage.
And we have Miko.
Eco.
2 Alpha.
Falcon stage separation confirmed.
Copy 2 Alpha.
We'll get to a point really shortly. Right
And
now,
back
we're still
ignition.
on SpaceX launch. Going into space on a U.S. rocket.
All right, we have stage separation confirmed. The first stage beginning its flight back. The second stage being powered by that single Merlin 1D vacuum engine has ignited and is now carrying Bob and Doug into orbit. So they're going to continue under the power of this second
Stage 2
stage,
propulsion is nominal.
which will cut off at SECO, or second engine cut off at about 8 minutes and 44 seconds into today's flight. So a little over 5 minutes to go still on this second stage. You heard the call out to Alpha, so they're now in the longest abort zone that carries them all the way from about North Carolina up the eastern seaboard almost to Canada.
So this is the
Things looking good though, getting good
Anywhere
call outs,
in
nominal
space, where do you go?
propulsion on that second stage.
Anywhere in space.
Bob and Doug continuing to make their way into orbit.
Let's see, if I could go anywhere in space, are there constraints on that? Like
Dragon SpaceX nominal trajectory.
like technology constraints? Or
Acquisition of
just
signal in
teleport?
Bermuda.
SpaceX Dragon nominal trajectory.
Like with current technology, probably go to the moon.
All right, hearing nominal trajectories, the Dragon pointed in the right direction,
No
continuing to
limits.
make their
Oh.
flight uphill. Heard acquisition
to
of
a
signal
different galaxy.
Bermuda. That's one of the other
Sure,
ground
there
stations
are no
that they're
limits.
using to get telemetry and data back from
don't know
this
which one.
spacecraft.
Stage 2 propulsion is still
I
nominal.
could just teleport different galaxy, some sort of planet where there might be life, because I think that's just the most interesting thing. But if not, I'd probably go to the moon. Now we're live streaming the rocket launch. You want me to take one? So right now, Star Wars Galaxy. Well, I don't know. Is that a real galaxy?
A little over 4 minutes, 40 seconds into the
I feel
flight.
like I know the Star Wars
Bob and Doug
Galaxy a little
flying
too-
at more than
too well.
5,600 miles
Dragon
per hour.
SpaceX nominal
Looking
trajectory.
exciting.
Already almost 200 miles
Nominal
downrange
trajectory.
from the Kennedy Space Center. Nominal
I don't know,
trajectory.
where would you go if
continuing.
you could go anywhere in space? A long time ago. Yeah, you'd have to go back in time, so that would be space travel and time travel. It really opens up a can of worms.
And while they continue uphill, looks like we are getting a
Imagine-
view of the first stage as well.
Imagine if you
Yep, on
went
your
to
right
the Star
screen,
Wars
you can
Galaxy
see that
now
first stage with the
with
grid
rockets
fins
and stuff.
deployed. It's making its way back to attempt to land on our drone ship, Of Course, I Still Love You Today. And we're just about a couple minutes away
So what's going on
from
right
the
now
entry
is
burn, and that's where 3 of the 9
booster
Merlin
rocket is
engines
returning
do
Earth to land.
ignite
You can
to
see
help
these
slow the
little
vehicle
grid
down
fins
as it
that are
re-enters
displayed.
back into the Earth's atmosphere.
And that's gonna help guide
And then
it back to Earth.
after
It's gonna
the
help
entry
it
burn will
fly.
be the landing burn, which is just a
And you can
single
also see
engine
Dragon
burn.
SpaceX nominal trajectory.
Spacecraft.
And
they
you
have all the
heard-
really cool
Nominal
displays
Starting
showing
chill
exactly where they are.
There's that call out. They are still on a nominal trajectory on
Everything's
Dragon.
looking good, though.
Still on second stage, and that's
pretty
that
awesome.
MVAC engine on second stage on your left screen.
Welcome to the stream. No thanks.
Again, on your right screen is that first stage booster
So,
coming back
We also are
towards
streaming on
our
YouTube
drone
right
ship. Of
now.
course, I
YouTube
still
has
love
the
you.
whole
We're about a
video,
minute away from
so it'll be-
entry burn.
Look a little cooler. But
Meanwhile, that second stage continuing to
kinda
power
see the
Dragon
video behind
into
me.
orbit. Again, if you're keeping an eye on that timer, that's going to
just
continue to burn until 8 minutes and 44
watching
seconds
astronauts go
into
to the
flight.
space
So a
station.
little over 2 minutes from now, we'll hear the call out Seco. It'll then be a little
Stage
under,
2 propulsion
or a
is
little
still
over,
good.
A little over 3 minutes until Dragon physically separates from the second stage of the Falcon 9 after the upper
Dragon
stage gets a
SpaceX
chance.
nominal trajectory.
Dragon copies, nominal trajectory.
so
Continuing to check in with
Right
Bob
now,
and
the
Doug
booster for
as
the
they are
SpaceX
on a
rocket
nominal
is
trajectory.
getting ready. They're
Just about 10
firing
seconds
some
away from that
attitude
first
control
stage.
thrusters to
Starting that entry burn
back
on your
to
right
ground.
screen, we should be able to see that
Here
view
you can
live.
see the engine burning.
Stage
above
1
the
entry burn
stage.
startup.
Trying to get the rocket to the space station.
And there is that entry burn beginning.
It's gonna be really cool if they can land the first stage.
This burn lasts about 36 seconds long.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Alright, so you can see the
That entry
astronauts
burn
right there.
continues. We're just about a
There's their
minute
space
away
capsule
from
getting ready to go
Seco.
to the
We'll have a
space
number of
station.
events all happen in
And
rapid
this is
succession.
super epic.
It'll be the second engine cutoff.
Stage 1
We'll
entry
be
burn
looking
shut
for
down.
that stage 1 landing burn shortly after.
But you can also see the
Actually,
bridge
just
fins on the
within a
landing
few
rocket.
seconds of each other.
Those are turning. That's how they steer the rocket.
Such a cool view on your left screen, seeing Bob and
it's a
Doug
cool
on
way to-
Dragon. Right now you can see
cool way
the
to fly
displays
at
that
really
they
fast
are seeing
speeds.
right now themselves.
Terminal guidance.
And back throttle step.
Right.
We are coming up 25 seconds or so
Let's see
away
if I can
from
turn up
Seco,
the
or second engine
volume
cutoff.
to See how that works.
This is also the point where Bob and Doug are experiencing their highest G-force. We're seeing the counter tick up to right about
Stage 1 entry
3.8.
transonic.
Copy, Shannon.
You heard Shannon, so that just means they're in their final abort zones. If they were to abort at this point, it would either be an abort to orbit or to land off the coast of Ireland. Standing by for second
Stage 1 landing
cutoff
startup.
confirmation.
And back throttle step.
All right,
And back
so
shut
there we
down.
have
Stage 1
our
landing.
crew in
Confirmation
SpaceX.
of Seco's
That was
second
mission
engine
control
cutoff.
You just saw everyone. Was
Now
wearing
we
their
are
masks.
waiting
How
for
long
our
are they gonna be
first
going to
stage
space
to
for?
make its way to our drone ship. Of course, I still
I
love
don't know,
you.
I feel like I
SpaceX
should know
nominal
that.
orbital insertion.
You know, space
It's confirmation
stations
nominal
Dragon
orbital
copies,
insertion.
missions are
nominal
often
orbital
around 6
insertion.
months.
And what
It's a
you're
pretty
seeing on
long
your
time.
screen is a live view of our
Back in
drone
the space
ship,
shuttle days, they would only go
where
to
our
space
first stage will be
for,
coming down.
like 14 days.
Looks like we lost
but
that
space
live
shuttle
view,
would
but
fly.
we'll wait
could
for
fly a lot
confirmation
higher
of
than
that
the space
landing
station.
shortly here.
It's a little different type of
Falcon 9
environment.
first stage is successfully landed.
And
aboard
there you can
Coastal
see on
Loop.
your screen, Falcon 9 has landed. This
Yeah.
is the first Falcon 9 to
So they just
carry
landed the
humans
rocket.
to
You
orbit,
can see
so
right
very
there.
exciting for us.
That's the same rocket that
And as you can see on your right
that
screen,
was the
Bob
first stage
and
that
Doug
brought these
are
astronauts
still
into space. So that thing's
making their
going into a
way to
museum.
their targeted orbit.
That's
F1D
definitely
recovery
going to a
one.
museum. This is the
So
first
exciting today.
private spaceship.
It doesn't stop.
It does not
has
stop.
Brought people to
All right,
orbit.
we did hear again that
Yeah.
call out, good orbital insertion. So
All
that
the way to
means
orbit. So there's a lot of history.
Falcon
being
9
made
and
today.
Dragon right now exactly
Super,
where they're
super
supposed to
exciting
be.
Day.
M1D to
Lots
FRC on
of
recovery
exciting
1.
stuff
And
happening
it's right
in
at about
space.
12 minutes
Oh, look.
when Dragon will
Switch over
separate.
to
They're in
ECFR.
0G.
Looks like we saw a
They're floating
zero
around
G
some of their
indicator
toys. It
floating
looks
around
like
there. I know Bob
someone's
and Doug owe us
stuffed
a little bit
dinosaurs
about
floating
what
there.
exactly that is that they brought up with them.
That's awesome. Look at those spacesuits too. They're like super
And before
cool.
separation, before
know if you
Dragon
can see that
initiates
very well.
separation from the second stage, they do
Can
make
scoot
sure
back so you
to
get more
make
of the screen.
they do ensure that the vehicle is not spinning and it is in good condition before we separate.
That's right. The upper stage does
How
small
long is it
attitude
gonna be
maneuver
delayed
using some cold gas thrusters built into the rocket body
what's delayed?
itself.
They're in space. Oh, because of rain? It
Exactly.
already
So
launched.
we do expect
Yeah,
that
it's not delayed
separation to
anymore.
occur in about a minute from
It
now,
just
but
launched. It launched 11 minutes ago.
they do wait until they have full confirmation
Yeah,
that
so
it is
they're in
ready to
space right now,
separate.
as you can see right there.
Such
They're
cool views.
cruising
I
over
cannot
Earth
get
right
over
now.
this view.
It's
that
really
we're
weird
seeing right
because their
now.
window is actually between
Bob and
their
Doug
legs,
on the right
so
screen inside of Crew Dragon out in space.
It's kind of wild, right?
Yeah, already 200 kilometers over planet Earth, or a little over 124 miles,
So
traveling in excess of 2,700
you can see-
meters, 27,000 meters per second, or about 16,000 miles per hour.
actually a little bit behind.
Again, we're just standing by. That separation event
SpaceX
should be
stream is
coming up
faster than
shortly.
NASA stream,
And they'll begin
so
a
just so you
series
know.
of checks on the Draco thrusters that are going to be used to maneuver and
currently
then power
everyone's in
Dragon
space,
on its flight to the International
floating
Space
around.
Station. Standing
Those
by
really,
for
really
separation.
Cool spacesuits.
Expected loss of signal,
Pretty epic.
walls.
It sounds like we had an expected LOS loss of signal with one of the ground stations. Waiting for confirmation now of that signal.
Dragon
All right.
separation confirmed.
Dragon separation confirmed.
It's the
There
last
is a
piece to break
great
off.
view right
the
in
Dragon
front
is
of
now
you.
flying on its
Of
own.
Dragon
C,
separating.
separation confirmed.
And there's that call out. Dragon is now officially making its way to the International Space Station today.
We have separation.
Dragon SpaceX with that separation call.
This is so
We have
cool.
a few words for you from our Falcon 19.
Standing by.
Dragon, Chief Engineer on Dragon to ground. Bob Doug, on behalf of the entire launch team, thanks for flying with Falcon 9 today. We hope you enjoyed the ride and wish you a great mission.
Thanks, Bala. Congratulations to you and the F9 team for the first human ride for Falcon 9, and it was incredible. Appreciate all the hard
We
work.
have a fan
and,
here, a
thanks for the
supporter.
great ride to space.
Nothing but draw.
Copy all.
Good luck.
Thank you very much for
Proud of you
supporting the
guys and the
channel.
rest of the team.
Your support
Thank
is
you so much
huge.
for what you've done for us today, putting America back into low Earth orbit from the Florida
Screenshot
coast.
that so I don't forget who you are.
Copy all. Good luck. Godspeed.
Tried to screenshot. Can I not screenshot?
All right, so Bob and Doug are in
And Dragon
space.
SpaceX, we confirm nominal ECLS activation and service section Draco checkouts. Nose cone deploys in progress.
Copy all. We're monitoring.
The Corps here in Hawthorne giving the crew a heads up that we have confirmation the nose cone is deploying. So again, that nose cone is going to open up a little bit more than 90 degrees, goes up to about, I think, 105 degrees, and that's going to expose the actual docking ring and the hatch that they're going to be going through once they attach to the International Space Station. And also 4 of those Draco thrusters, we call them the forward bulkhead thrusters, they're going to be used for these major phase burns or firings of those thrusters to actually raise their orbit gradually over the coming hours. Also heard good activation of the
We're
ECLS,
cutting
that's
out
the
a little
environmental
bit.
control and life support system. That's everything controlling their atmosphere, just keeping Dragon a nice, safe, habitable environment where they're going to be living for the next 19 hours
All right, so I
until
don't
they
know if you
arrive at
guys
the
heard
space
it,
station.
but
Right,
there's
exactly.
19
And
hours
Falcon 9's
that
job
they're
may
gonna
be
have to sit
done
in
for
the
today,
same
but the mission
chairs
is
until
not
they get to the
over.
space station.
Crew Dragon's job is not done.
19
As you can see, Bob and
hours.
Doug are still inside Crew Dragon, making
That
their
is
way. It will be a
crazy.
19-hour trip to the International Space Station before they dock tomorrow
Here we
morning.
go. We're actually showing up on the stream now. I don't know exactly how to
And
get
such
this
cool
stream
views.
to work.
I love that we can get these live views here and see and watch what they're doing now that they are in orbit.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
delayed.
it's
but they
incredible
finally
to
pulled
just
the
be
trigger.
looking over their shoulder.
So sorry
be
you missed
along
it.
for the
You
ride.
can watch the reruns though.
And we're going to be with them.
Yeah, they were originally
and we're gonna
supposed
be
to
with
launch
all
on
of
Wednesday.
you the entire
and then
way
They got delayed.
for their journey to
So-
the space station. We're going to be covering live
Now we
throughout.
have-
Bob and Doug will obviously have a
Man,
sleep
that control
period,
center is so cool.
where they'll get about 8 hours of sleep
Each-
a little bit
each
later
one of
today
those
before they wake
control
up
center
for
guys
all of their
has
final approach.
3
One of the major
monitors.
things we are looking forward to in the next couple of
They're all wearing
hours
the
is going to be
masks,
their
social
first turn
distancing,
at the
because, of
controls.
course,
So they're
the
actually
monitors are
going
so
to be
big, they
using
have to
those
stay
touchscreen
6 feet
displays
apart.
to take control and manually pilot Dragon. We'll walk you through what that's going to look like, and assuming we have some good ground station coverage, we'll be able to get views from right
Right.
inside
So
Dragon,
19
looking
hours
over
to the
their
space
shoulder
station.
as they manipulate the
I'm not
controls
gonna hang
at
out
the
here
display.
for 19
But I mean,
hours.
we had a smooth ride uphill both stages of the Falcon 9, doing their job, placing Bob and Doug in orbit. I mean, this is a day. This is a historical day. This is us kicking off that new.
Let's see. I have to move the volume in order to get me to show up on the screen. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We're gonna catch you later. Bye.
All right, so day for the history books. As you can see, we have lost some live signal there, but the mission still continues. And